I'm Tiffany.
I'm Joe.
I'm Gio.
And I'm Bart, and you're watching
AskTheFeels.
And today we got a question from Ailey.
So me and this guy recently started dating, which is great, but he asks me to hang out a lot, and it's kind of getting annoying. I don't know whether I just don't like him as much as he likes me, or if he's being really clingy. If he is being really clingy, is there any way that I can fix it without hurting his feelings?
Damn, that sucks. I feel for the guy.
Well, I mean, the way you know he's being clingy is if you're trying to progress in your life and you're like, hey, you know what, I have to study for this test, or I have to go to sleep early because I have work early in the morning, and he's like, no, come on, hang out with me. That's kind of a sign of being clingy, but you guys just started dating, so you're in the infatuation, like puppy love phase, and that should be the best thing ever right now.
But don't you want a guy to like constantly want to hang out?
Yeah, especially in the beginning.
Yeah, but then she's getting annoyed, so obviously the attraction isn't the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like he likes her way more than she likes him, and she's getting annoyed by him.
But what if he's like out of nowhere 24/7? As soon as you wake up, give me a call.
But in the beginning though, that's awesome. Like the first couple months, that's.
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about as they wake you up. Hey, they fucking call you up. They want to see you every fucking hour until you go to sleep. You can't get shit done.
In the beginning though, I love that.
Well, I guess it depends on the person then. Because if a girl was mad clingy like that in the beginning for me, I'd be like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Like, what would be an example of that? Like, someone else like, hey, good morning, just wanted to tell you hi. And then you guys hang up, and then later she calls, hey, you want to get breakfast?
And then lunch, and then dinner, and then after dinner, let's talk on the phone till 3 in the morning.
What if you say, oh, actually I can't because I have to film, I have to do this, and she's like, oh, okay, that's cool.
It's like it's the space thing. It's the respect of space, and like, oh, if they're busy, they need to focus on their shit. Yeah. What I like is someone that's like, oh, you got shit to handle? And then, or if I'm being the clingy one and I'm like, well, let's be irresponsible for a minute, let's talk. And they're like, no, you got shit to handle. Ooh, I like you even more. Because I do remember being
That's a balance.
Yeah, I remember like being like, oh, let's be irresponsible. Let's not even do our homework.
Wow.
Let's just talk the night away, you know? And it was really fun, but I look back and I'm like, man, I fucked up. And then I gave her everything, and then she was bored of me quick.
What would you do if she was super clingy though, and you weren't digging her like she is? What would you tell her to not hurt her feelings?
If I wasn't even into her in the first place, what the hell am I doing being with...
Yeah. They're into each other though.
But I think one person is moving faster than the other person.
Yeah.
Because like, alright, so you guys never ever dated someone where you're like, oh, I kind of like this guy, and then like as soon as you start dating him, you're like, fuck man, he's so clingy to the point where now I don't want him anymore because he's not even like hardworking toward like... He doesn't even try hard anymore, or like he's.
I had that.
He wants to marry like the next day, like it feels like that, right? But doesn't that turn you off? I think that's what she's kind of like saying. It's like maybe it's not just let's hang out for like all the time. Maybe it's more like he's already professing his love to her, or like
I guess in your first example, you were saying like if the girl calls you all the time and then you tell her, hey, I have like X amount of tasks or things that I need to get done, and if she's not respecting that or he's not respecting that, then I feel like, yeah, for sure, that's someone that you might not want to move forward with in a relationship. But in the beginning, if they want to see you all the time and then you say, hey, you know what, I have X amount of tasks to do, and they're like, well, it's cool, you know what, go do you, I'll hit you up in a couple hours, or you hit me up when you're done, I think that's really cool. But if he's doing the latter of the examples and you're still not digging him, that means you're really not digging him.
Yeah. I never actually experienced what she's going through, but the closest thing that I could relate to is my mom. So that bitch calls me, or back in the day, she used to call me every fucking day.
Your mom is so clingy.
And every time
she loves you so much.
And
no,
I would pick up my phone, I would see like 12 missed calls. So when I finally call her back, I'd be like, Mom, why did you call me 12 times back to back? She goes, I want to make sure I reached you. And I was like, obviously, I was busy at 3:01. So if I'm busy at 3:01, at 3:01 and 20 seconds, at 3:01 and 30 seconds, at 3:01 and 30 seconds, all the way until 3:05, I'm going to be busy. I was like, if you just space it out maybe like 2 or 3 times, a few hours apart, that makes more sense than calling 12 times in 5 minutes. And she's like, oh, you make so much sense. And then the next time she'll still do the same shit. And then finally, I found a way to break it down to her, and she goes, how come you don't call me? My other friends' kids, call them. And I was like, it's because you don't give me a chance to miss you. That's why I never call you.
I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of Ask the Feels. If you guys never want to miss an episode, make sure to subscribe. If you like the video, like the video. If you guys have any questions you guys would like to submit, go ahead and visit AskTheFeels.com. And if you guys want to stay close to us and see what we're up to, follow us on all our social medias in the description down below. Check out what we just shot. Over here.
Legit relationship, and he's thinking, when is she gonna end this frivolous marriage that he has?
It's not.
It's a typical
crazy.
mistress mentality.
Yeah.
So he's a mistress.
It's crazy
For sure.
how skewed his reality is.
Yeah.
I just feel bad because, sorry bro, but you're the side bitch, and you should probably
Sorry.
cut it off because
Immediately.